So it's now event season. If you're an event, exhibition, open day or summer fair, give the team at Fast Signs a call. They can help your event stand or stall, stand out and make a statement. From banners and flags to tablecloths and backdrops, the team at Fast Signs would love to have a chat with you and see how they can help. Just check out fastsigns.com/Leeds, and if you mention the Lot Pod, I'm fairly certain the guys, Andy and the team, will give you a really good deal.
Hello and welcome to the Lot Pod, the Lot 17A podcast, kindly sponsored by Fast Signs. It's match review panel time. With me, producer Chris. As you can see, Eddie's left me on my own.
Not quite.
I think he's done a midnight flit after the game on Friday.
Yeah, who could blame him?
Yeah, he luckily missed that, didn't he? But as you can see, I've got our latest friend of the pod, Kirsty.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. Again, better than I was at 10 o'clock on Friday night. But yeah, I've had a couple of days to think about it, and it's settled in. But it was disappointing, wasn't it? It was. I was really looking forward to coming on, and then they went and did that.
Don't know what to think about it. Anyway, we'll get into it, and it's too bloody warm as well. So we're both, all warm. But anyway, it was lovely on Friday, wasn't it? I actually really enjoyed it, as not the game, but just the experience. Friday night.
Yeah, and
sun
it's
shining.
nice to be back at Headingley on Friday night. We've not had enough this year, I don't think. There's not been hardly any Friday night matches, has there?
It's the bloody fourth time we've played Saints, is it?
I think so, something like that. Yeah, with the cup as well.
Saints fatigue.
Yeah, and Magic, wasn't it, as well? Yeah.
But before we get to the review, I'm just going to discuss Sam Lasoni and get your thoughts. You said pre-pod that you've got some. So
I do, yeah.
So give us them.
Okay, well, a couple of things. I'm disappointed he's going. I thought he'd stay because he said he wanted to stay, but I think that the money's talked, hasn't it? And Hull FC have obviously had a big injection of cash, haven't they? And they're splashing it.
Yep.
I think it's a real shame. I think that if you were picking, though, when I kind of sat down and rationalised it a little bit more, I think if you were looking at the pack that we've got, the kind of the 4 starting props that we've got, obviously 1 in, 1 out this week, isn't it? But out of those 4, I think if you were to say one of them's got to go, I think we'd all probably say Leone. I would, personally. I think that he's older than the rest of them. He's an impact prop. I think you can get probably another impact prop or another prop who can do a few more minutes than him, maybe. I like Sam Leone. I've always liked him. I think he does make a big impact, and I think that he's been really good these past few weeks. And it's
Contract
a shame.
Time?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Could be. I think could be that. Could also be the weather, like the harder grounds. I think he's better as a warm weather, dry weather prop. I think that you get players who suit the conditions a bit better, and I think he's one of them. But the other thing that I was going to say, and this is sticks in your throat as a Leeds fan, but I agreed with a Wigan.
What?
I know. I'm sorry.
Can't believe that.
You won't have me back on. No, it was when they were talking. It was Matt Pete, I think, who was saying about the rule changes that have been brought in that have allowed Hull FC to do this. The fact that they can bring in more quota players, and Ian Blease was talking about this as well, wasn't he? And saying that it does. I think they both said it benefits the clubs that aren't bringing through their own players. And I think that it's the wrong move personally for the kind of the good of the game and the expansion of the game, because I think that if you're allowed to buy in more players from overseas and put a team together based on the cash that you've got, basically, which I know is how it goes, and the money's important in the game, and Leeds are in a good position for that too, but it doesn't encourage you to bring your own players through, and you need the academies to be doing well for the game to do well in the future.
Yep.
You need English players coming through, and every time that an overseas player comes in, it does prevent a young English player from having that potential to grow. And it's teams like Wigan and Leeds that are feeding the English game.
Yep.
Massively. And I think that Hull FC, with all of the, like I said, the influx of cash that they've had, they could have put more into developing the academy, and I think it's a shame 100%. That they've backed this initiative.
I'm glad to see Ian Blease come out and say that he hasn't
too.
backed it. I could have a rant about it, but I think
Go on, Eddie's not here to stop you.
I think with Nigel Wood coming in, looking at expanding to 14 teams, which is the correct thing to do.
I agree.
Just not next year.
Yeah.
So the need to get the players in, because there's not enough players.
No.
But that's not... it's not thought out expansion, is it?
No.
It's far too early to get 14 teams. And just upping this quota is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to get superstars from Australia. We're going to get Queensland Cup players.
Yeah.
So what's the point?
Yeah.
Bring your own players through. I know it's easy for a Leeds fan to say that because we do it so
we're
well.
in a good position. Yeah. And Wigan as well. Like I said, I think it was Matt Pete who said it. But I think that it's clubs like that that have the vision to see the way that it should be done, because they're doing it.
Well, every team that's won Super League has done it with a core of homegrown players.
Yeah.
Maybe not Bradford so much, but that's a long time ago,
isn't it?
They've always had a core of homegrown players. That's how you do it. It's sustainable.
Yeah.
And I just think this quota, it's just not good.
No.
But I don't like what's going on in the game anyway with the Nigel Wood thing. I think it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I hope they don't ditch IMG. I think
Yeah, me too.
What the sport needs is a long-term strategy, and they've brought in the biggest sports marketing agency in the world. 3 years down the line, tin pot owners don't want it because they think that they can do better.
Yeah, the clubs have got a bit too much power, haven't they?
Way too much power. And I mean, I'll even, we've sung his praises, but I think Gary Eddington's had quite a bit to do with Nigel Wood coming back. So that's a blot on his copybook, in my opinion. But on Sam Lasoni, I think he's gone for the money.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the length of the deal, probably. I reckon
think
we
that
didn't
as well.
offer
Yeah, I
him
think maybe we offered him 1 year.
He's played well this year. Has he played well throughout his contract? Are Hull FC going to get the Sam Lasoni from seasons before? Anyway, I think we can cope with the...
I think we can as well, and it does free up a quota space for us. It frees up a bit of cap space for us as well for next year.
Yeah,
I think that, or does it? I don't know. Maybe they were offered him a deal, hadn't they? So they were going to pay him.
I don't know whether it's not the type of player that you pay overs for, in my opinion.
No.
So I think he's been great. He's a fan's favourite, but good luck to him.
Yeah.
Can Hull FC cope with a prop that only does 20 minutes? We'll see.
We'll see. We'll find out next year. I don't blame him. This is the thing. I don't blame players for going for the length of the deal or for the money, because it's a short career, isn't it? And they can get,
Sorry, you might just hear somebody revving a motorbike outside. We've got the windows open. Anyway, sorry, go on.
No, it's okay. I was thinking, will it pick that up? And then I could tell from your face that it definitely would.
Well, we'll look stupid if it didn't.
Yeah. Everyone will be like, what are they hearing? No, I do. I think that it's a short career for them. I don't blame them for moving for the money. And if he's got 2 years and we were only offering him one, fair play.
And I think we're right only to offer him one. I think we've got some great players coming through. I'm not even necessarily sure we have to go and replace him with a big money prop. I think we've got some coming through, but we'll see. So I think, like you said, any player, it's nothing on them. It's a short career. They need to go make some money.
Absolutely.
He should never have come out and said, I don't want to play for any other Super League club.
That was stupid, wasn't it? I know, because yes, you will.
Exactly. Somebody throws some cash at him, he's going to do it, isn't he?
Yeah.
Right, so let's put that to bed. So, unfortunately, we've got to review another defeat to St Helens. Sick of saying, hearing, watching, all that. So, it was 6-0. Is there any positives?
I think the positive is probably that I think they'll be very, very determined for the rest of the season. I think that it was... I don't know if you remember, it might have been you or it might have been Eddie who I said it to at the live show. I didn't think they were going to win last week and this week. I never thought they were going to do it both back to back. I thought it was too tough an ask. It's two tough games close together. Obviously didn't know how hot it was going to be either. But I don't know whether this is a loss that's come at the right time for Leeds to kick on towards the rest of the season.
I think that's what Brad Arthur said, didn't it?
Yeah.
Do it now, not at the back end. I mean, it would great to beat Hull KR, but if you look at the table, we'd have been better beating Saints.
Yeah, probably.
Over Hull KR. But I suppose it is what it is. It's weird because I was expecting like a free-flowing game.
I know, a classic, but no, it wasn't.
But it was really warm. We'd had a short turnaround. Maybe that had something to do with it. Do you think there's a mental block?
With Saints?
Yep. Some of the players?
I don't know if it's that so much as it is that Saints just really know how to get under their skins.
They got under my skin as well, to be honest.
Everyone's, yeah. But I think it might be that more. I think that they're just a team that knows how to slow us down out of our natural game, and I think that they just somehow they just know how to. Yeah, how to slow things down. Yeah.
So I don't know how many 6 agains we got, but there was quite a few, and there could have been a lot more. There's hands in the ruck. They don't mind giving 6 agains away because the defence is the back of the defence.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't make for good viewing, does it?
No, it's not a fun night out at the rugby, is it? No.
I personally think the team should be better than that, and just not, because there were arms waving around.
Yeah.
Lockie Miller were throwing himself around, and it's like, lads, just get on with it.
Yeah.
Because they're going to do it all game. And I think we've waxed lyrical about him, but I think it got to Jake Connor a bit because he made a few errors. I don't mind that.
No.
He threw a couple of passes
straight into touch. Was it 2 or 3
happen.
that he did? And they look awful, don't they? You know, when they come off, they look brilliant, and when they go wrong, they go so wrong.
But I don't mind that in some respects. It's just hard to take in a tight game. And the last time he did it was against Saints in the Cup, I think. So it's
yeah.
So that is Sean Wayne correct? Is he too I think Sean Wayne played a blinder by saying that, because it put the spotlight on Jake Connor. So if he has an off game, everyone goes, well, you're right, aren't you?
Yeah,
they don't look at George Williams that might have 3 off games. Or so I don't think he's correct. I think he's just that type of player, and it just wasn't his night.
No, I agree. I think they looked. I think in the second half, Leeds looked tired.
Yeah,
they all looked tired. Alex Walmsley, I was like, he's not going to make it.
To be fair, he does always look like that.
He does, yeah. But he looked. I mean, I think they brought him off after about 17 minutes, and it didn't do long at all in the first half. And then when they brought him back on at the very end, I was like, how is he still going? But he was. But yeah, I just thought they looked a bit depleted. To say that they were pretty much at full strength, you know, you wouldn't have thought. It was pretty much, you know, it was a similar team, wasn't it, to what's been playing, but they just looked out of sorts, I thought, they just didn't look like themselves. And I think it's easy to pin it all on Jake Connor because he's the one that we're all watching, and like you said, it's all eyes on him at the moment, isn't it? But there was no one else doing anything either.
It was just one of them games, wasn't it? But I think it's just all down to say it's frustrating us.
Maybe,
and as soon as we made an error, that, you know, they've got into the mindset and they couldn't get out of it.
Yeah, there were a couple of things I thought they could have done differently. I thought that there were 2 kickable penalties that they didn't kick.
I thought that as well. I do agree,
and I thought on a warm night,
just kick them.
They should have kicked those. Yeah.
There was one fairly early on, wasn't there?
Yeah,
I was convinced they were going to go for 2.
Yeah,
just kick it, get the points.
And there was another. I can't remember when it was, but there was another one. And again, they were on. It was definitely kickable, and I thought they were lining up for that then because they stopped for quite a long time, and then.
They didn't.
They ran it, yeah. And I was like, but on a night like this, I think there would have been 4 points. Everyone would have had a rest.
I think it were obvious after about 5 minutes it wasn't going to be a high scoring game. So I agree with you. There were a couple of contentious decisions. I genuinely don't like having to go at refs because I think they're human, and I think yes, they'll make mistakes. So I'm not blaming the ref at all.
No.
But should Johnny Lomax have gone off to the bin?
I was thinking about this, you know, and I'm with you because I don't really like slagging off the referees either that much. I think that you can't play without them, and I wish that they were a bit better and a bit more consistent maybe, but it's a tough job and I wouldn't want to do it. I think that the way that I thought about it was that on a different night with a different referee, he probably would have had 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's how I thought, and a couple of the other ones as well. There were 1 or 2 where I was like, a different referee on a different day. Then I think that would have been in the bin.
Well, I think my issue
the Lockie Miller one, yeah.
I think my issue with the Johnny Lomax Lockie Miller one is the reason he said it's just a penalty is because he landed on his back.
Yeah,
that's just luck.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It is luck, but also if you say things like that, it leaves it really open to manipulation by the players if they want to, because they can land differently then and make it look worse, and then you do get someone sent off for 10 minutes just because he's landed in a way that's safe for him. That means that
he didn't land that way because Johnny Lomax put him there, did he? he landed that way out of pure luck or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
I thought it was 10 minutes.
I would have thought so too. There were a couple of others. There was and I mean, I know he did get sent off, didn't he, for, it was Alfie Edgell, wasn't it, the high tackle on Alfie Edgell? Was that one where he did get 10 minutes? But there were a couple of other things as well. I mean, like, obviously, we know what's happened with Mick, and I listened to Brad Arthur's press conference about that. And yeah, you know, like, I don't think you do get your cheekbone smashed in and not have any contact. I think something has happened there as well. I've not seen it. I didn't see it properly on the night.
I've watched it back, and
Have you?
You can't really...
You can't tell?
Can't tell, but something's happened. So
Yeah.
whether he's hit his head to head when he's gone down tackle, but I think
Yeah.
they'll have a good look at that, because you don't fracture your face.
Absolutely not. No, on nothing.
Happening.
No, by hitting it on the ground.
The first one in the ground, the first hit on Alfie Edgell, which we got a penalty for. In the ground, I thought it was a dead set shoulder to the head.
I did as well.
It wasn't.
Was it not? Interesting.
No.
I've not watched that
So,
one back.
I think I was screaming blue murder at the ground.
Yeah, we all were.
It's one of them things, isn't it? That's why I put myself through the pain of watching it back. I think he was lucky to get a penalty against him, to be honest, because it was
Really?
quite a good shot. I think it just looked bad. The second one, dead set.
Miller.
No, it was
the
Alfie
one with Alfie.
Edgell.
Edgell, yeah.
The actual sin binning,
Yeah.
he copped him fair.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
He was lucky that he did sort of dip, because he could have got a red for that, because it was flush. I think he might... I don't know whether he's been banned before, but I think he might get a few points.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see, won't we?
And it'll be interesting to see what happens with the Mikulecki thing.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, Tom Allroyd got done the week before, didn't he, for
did.
head-to-head contact?
He
So
did.
is there something in that? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I reiterate, I'm not blaming the ref. It was his own
I
fault.
just, like I said, I think it's just inconsistency, isn't it? Where if it had been a different referee, then maybe he would have had 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I've had this conversation.
That's what's frustrating, I think, as a fan, is where you know that if you're watching it with a different night, a different team, a different referee,
yeah,
that would be.
And again, I'm not really having a go at Saints. That's how they played the game
Yeah.
perfectly to win. I mean, I think their attack was absolutely bloody awful as well. So I wouldn't be.
There wasn't a lot on. Was
I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be jumping up and down if I were a Saints fan.
No,
either.
just neither of them looked like the whole of the second half. I don't think either of them particularly looked like scoring.
No, especially when you look at how good Lee are going. So I think we
really
both need to
thought-
up his games.
Oh, I really thought that Hull KR were going to do us a favour then with Lee, but they didn't, did they? Yeah.
No,
Mikey Lewis.
I think Hull KR will have the dip. I've predicted it all season,
Yeah.
and I think it might be happening.
Yeah.
And who's going to be the beneficiary? Wigan.
Wigan.
Anyway, so I've got some stats. They're not from the Stig, so take these with a pinch of salt, because they're from Super League
Okay.
site, which is generally rubbish. Possession, we had more possession, 54% versus 46%.
Okay.
But this is the telling stat for me. Completion rate, 62 v 96.
Yeah.
That's it. That's why we lost the game.
Yeah.
You don't win a game at 62%.
No.
And I think the first half we were even less than that. So
Yeah.
just dropping it was just errors and
Yeah,
errors and
sloppy,
errors.
wasn't it? Yeah. They look, like I said, they looked, and I'm not making excuses, but I think they just last week had taken a bit too much out of them. Too many people playing too many minutes, maybe. I thought maybe we should have brought Ackers on a bit sooner.
Well, I was going to mention that actually. It's the first time I think I've questioned what Brad Arthur's done.
Oh.
I think if you go on a night like that, you've got to use your bench.
Yeah.
What's the point in putting Andy Ackers on the bench and bringing him on with 14, 15 minutes to go?
Yeah.
I thought it was.
He left it really late to bring him back on.
Poor
Yeah.
management. I think he should have possibly done the traditional hooker thing where you bring him on 30 minutes,
Yeah.
give him 20, 25 minutes, and then
Either
put Jared
side.
back on.
Yeah.
So that's the first time I've really criticised him. I think he got that wrong. Nobody picked up on it in the press or anything. I thought somebody might have sort of asked him that. It seemed a waste of a bench spot.
It did, yeah.
And that's not a good thing when it's 30 degrees.
No, that was it. When it was so hot, you would have really benefited, I thought, from fresh legs and from someone running more for out of dummy half, like they were tired too. They looked knackered too.
Yeah.
I just thought he left it about 10 minutes too late for me.
Yeah, well,
I
would have spelled him either side of...
Yeah.
I'd have put him when they put Sam Lasoni on.
Yeah.
personally, but I mean, I'm not a coach.
Why not the coach? Yeah.
I'm not an NRL winning coach, but I suppose I'm allowed to criticise.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, the errors, we made 17 since 8.
Ugh, yeah, that's bad, isn't it?
It's terrible, really. I think, making double the amount of...
I just think the professionalism just went out the window a bit, didn't it? It was they looked lost.
Yeah, I agree. It was just a crap game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Meters, I mean, we've been doing well this year, meters-wise. We've been we've had a lot of players making over 100 metres. We had 2. That's, again, according to Super League.
Yeah.
They're not always right. Lackey Miller, 204. And the only other one was Alfie Edgell with 106.
Really?
Yeah.
Alfie? Oh.
I think that's a lot down to Saints' defence. They're quite smothery, don't they?
Yeah, they did, yeah.
But I think it just shows that it just wasn't a 2025 Leeds Rhinos performance.
It wasn't. No, it really wasn't.
Tackles, we had 2 over 40. We had, obviously, Jared O'Connor at 46 and Callum Watkins at 45. I thought Callum had they all had a poor game, really.
Yeah,
by
they
their
did.
standards,
Yeah. This was the
but-
thing. It's hard to pick one out and be like, oh, they did okay. Did they?
Well, moving on to that, we're going on to the Lackey Miller Fast Signs Player of the Match. I've got some notes here. A note.
Go on.
And it simply says, "Is there one?"
Where's the one? I know. Well, I was trying to think because I knew you were going to ask me, and I was like, oh God, I don't even know who I'd pick. It's tricky, isn't it, on a performance like that? No points scored. I think poor decision making as well. So you can't even be like, oh well, they tried it, and I do think some of them. I do think they were trying. Some of the tricks up their sleeves, but they just weren't coming off, and it was. Nothing was joined together, nothing was being... You can see some of the plays they've gone with this year and they've looked really well executed. And that amazing try last week, they didn't look like a team capable of doing that on Friday.
No,
at all.
They didn't look like a team capable of scoring.
No, they didn't.
Or
putting together like a full end-to-end passing sequence. They didn't look like they could get the ball across the park.
We did get over, I don't know whether he got the ball down. Just on that, do you think he pushed him? Have you watched it back?
I have watched it back, yeah. I think maybe he did push him, and I don't know if he got the ball down anyway.
I don't think he did get the ball down, so I think it's a moot point, but I don't think he did push him.
Right, okay. Do you think they were just contesting in the air then? They were both...
he had his arms up, didn't he?
He did,
His arms... It was a weird bounce of the ball anyway, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was a big old mess.
But yeah, I don't think he got the ball down.
No. Because that's what I thought on the night. I thought that's what they were looking at. Was the grounding, and then when they went back and looked at all of the lead up to it, I was like, oh, they're not even going to go to the grounding, but I didn't think he got it down.
I thought they were looking for a knock on by Harry Newman.
Yeah.
So I'm at the ground screaming, he's not touched it, and then
and that's not what it was. Yeah.
And then when I've watched it back, they were obviously looking for a push. I
don't know.
Not so sure. I think because it was a weird bounce to the ball anyway. I think it was Percival, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
I think he mistimed his jump anyway.
Yeah.
I think Harry mistimed his, and I think it was just a mess.
A big old mess, yeah.
But I think they were both going for the ball, but that was the closest we came to scoring.
It was.
You see, I'm trying to delay the man of the match.
I know. I am. If you'd have asked me, then I would have gone for an easy answer, and I don't think that this is particularly the man of the match. Probably would have gone Ash Handley. I think Ash Handley never gives up. I think that he's always solid, and he's always there, and he'll always give his all.
Yeah.
Even in a crap match. I don't think he particularly stood out because I don't think any of them did.
No,
exactly. So if you're going to make me pick, that's what I'm going to say. It's just default to the captain.
Eddie would kill me if I didn't pick a fast science player.
Who's yours then?
I'm going to actually go with Alfie Edgell.
Okay, yeah.
Again, I thought he ran strong. He got his head taken off a few times.
He had it tough, didn't he? Yeah, he had it really tough out there. He was being targeted.
I think he would have scored 2 tries if Jake Connor could have actually passed it to him.
I know.
He wasn't out of position or anything. We didn't concede anything down that
true.
side.
We didn't, no.
So I'm going to go with Alfie Edgell, but there's only 2. Usually there's 3 of us.
Yeah.
So majority wins.
Have to flip a coin.
I'll go with you.
Oh,
I'll go with the guess.
No, I don't think so. I
Yeah,
think
no,
maybe
I'll
you're
go with the
right.
guess.
Oh my God.
Ash Hanley.
Okay. All right.
You're the
I suppose-
Fast Signs player of the match.
Yeah. 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 It's hard, isn't it? That none of them did. It wasn't a classic, was it?
Not at all, but
No.
there was one classic game actually. I don't know how many people saw it or whether they went to see it. I did actually go see the whole game for once. I usually, when there's a women's game, this sounds bad, but I usually finish work and usually catch the second half, but I purposely went to see the whole game.
Good.
And it was scorching hot at that point. Unfortunately, we lost to Saints.
I know. Gutting. Yeah. And heartbreaking lost that one as well because it was close.
But a bit like the men's games, I don't mind losing a great game.
No.
And from an amazing kick from Faye Gaskin. And we, I thought we looked down and out after the first half.
Yeah.
And they came back and it was...
they did. They stuck at it, didn't they? And I think... it'll have given them a lot of confidence because I know they've had a bit of an up and down year, haven't they? They've not,
I think they're building something rather than... I think this year...
They've had a lot of change.
Yeah, and I think they've got a lot of young kids coming through, a bit like the first men's team, sorry. So I think it's a bit of a transition year for them. So I think it were always going to be a bit up and down, but I thought it was a great game. Some really good skill in the heat. And it had to be an ex-Leeds player that scored at the last minute. But I was saying earlier, wasn't I, that, and this is no detriment to the women's game, it's just how it is, that it's very rare a touchline conversion goes over.
Yeah.
And she absolutely nailed it.
It's a big pitch Headingley as well, isn't it? It's bigger than some of the other ones they're playing on.
Yeah, because I don't think they have golden point, do they, in women's games? So I thought it was just going to go to a draw.
Yeah.
And I never expected it. So fair dues.
Yeah.
But at least there was one good game at
Exactly.
Headingley.
And they played to the whistle, didn't they? And that's what you've got to do. So, and Saints are a good side, they're one of the best sides in the competition, aren't they? So
when there are double headers on like that, go down and watch them.
Yeah,
and I think they really like the support. It builds up through the game, but by the end, I was sat where I sit in the East Stand. There was loads of Saints supporters for some reason. I think it were in corporate at back.
Oh, right,
and they were making a ton of noise, and I'm like, bloody hell. But then at least some Leeds fans turned up.
Yeah.
So go down and watch them because I think the women's game's great.
I do, yeah.
It's never going to be like the men's game.
No, but I think if you get to watch those, there's four good sides in the women's game, isn't there? Essentially, there's Leeds, Saints, York, and now Wigan, who are doing really well. And if you catch any of those four playing each other, I think they're generally pretty good games. They're close and they really go at it. And I think that there's some good players, like you said, some good young players coming through in the women's game as well.
I think we've missed a trick with the women's game after the Rugby League World Cup. I don't think they've pushed it enough, and I don't think the Super League teams take it serious enough.
No.
I think Leah's starting to put some money into it.
You can tell the difference from Wigan, I think.
I can't believe Warrington don't.
Yeah.
But Wigan always had a plan when they put Dennis Betts in charge, didn't they?
Yeah.
And it's coming to fruition. I think, Warrington, I don't know why they don't. Because they're terrible, aren't they?
Yeah.
No disrespect to the players.
They're not one of the big four. They're not one of the big four, aren't they? Put it that way.
And York, who I think are a great club anyway.
Yeah.
Obviously, they really pride themselves on the women's game.
And they're doing great.
It's such a good route to get more supporters. And I think some of the clubs have been a bit short-sighted with it.
Yeah.
And I think...
Especially with it counts to your IMG score as well, I think, doesn't it, having that?
I don't think it counts enough, in my opinion.
No. But, it's part of it though, and there's girls who want to play. That's what I think. There's girls everywhere who want to play because there's the teams that are taking it seriously. They've got their first team. They've got pretty strong academies now coming through. There's like you said, good young girls coming through, and so there's enough demand there for women to play.
There's huge demand in women's sports in general, and it's so good to see. It's a bit like the women's football. I don't watch football.
No.
But if I do, I tend to watch the women's game. I think it's more enjoyable.
Yeah.
It might be a bit controversial, but I think the women's rugby league is just you can't go in the mindset that it's
going to be like the men's. No.
It's better in some ways. I tell you what, they don't throw themselves at the floor.
There's no messing. No.
They don't have a go at the refs, and it's a
No,
good.
there's not as much messing about
It's a
in the
good
women's
breeding
game, I
ground
agree.
for referees as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
I think teams need to put more resource into it. I know clubs haven't got a lot of money, but I think it's short-sighted.
Yeah.
Rugby league's always had a big female following.
Yeah. I went to a thing up at Headingley a couple of weeks ago, and they were saying that 53% of the Leeds support base is female.
It really, really doesn't
Yeah,
surprise me.
no, me neither,
And
because it
they're-
feels like it, doesn't it? When you're there, there's a lot of families there, there's a lot of women there. You know, I mean, I think my mum, when she was a kid, she used to play with her brother. She's got a brother who's like 18 months older than her, and when they were one short, then they used to get her to come in and work in on the team. So she used to
Wow.
play when she was a kid. So she always says now, she's like, she wasn't allowed to play. Obviously, there wasn't a women's rugby league team for her to go and join, but she was like, if there had been, probably I would have played, you know?
Yeah, it's you know, it's something that it's almost like a marketing tool, and I don't mean to disparage it, because it's a competition in its own right, but there's always been women watching.
Yeah.
In fact, it's usually the women that are shouting the loudest, and it's great to see.
Yes.
Leeds has always been like that, and there's there's such a crossover. So go support the Leeds women when you
agree.
can get chance, and I do think the clubs need to up the game a bit, and the RFL.
Yes, yeah.
I just think they've missed the
I
trick.
wonder whether as well, because like you were saying about after the World Cup, then I think there was this interest in it. But I wonder whether the fact that the England women got beaten so badly in Vegas, I think that was a bit
They
of
should never have put that game
No,
on.
they shouldn't. No, it was one too many.
We're miles.
We are.
I know we're behind them in the men's game, but we're universes away
Yes.
from them, and that's only because they've put money into it. I know the NRL's got money, but their players are so far above us. So I think,
well, they're
the only way
full
you're gonna
time,
do
aren't
it-
they? They're full time
Yeah.
athletes. You're not on a level playing field, so they're not going to be able to compete at that level.
So I think it was a stupid decision to put that game
and I think
on.
it made a lot of people then who maybe hadn't had the experience of watching, the Women's Super League in this country, if that's all you saw of it, think, oh well, they're rubbish.
But in my mind, I don't think you have to. The Australians and New Zealanders are not the team we need to beat at the moment, or not. England should be playing against Wales, and France, and
I think they are, aren't they? I think they've got an international booked in now against Wales, is it? I think
build the home nations and France or European nations, and then
take on the Aussies. We're a few years behind for
sure.
sure.
Trying to beat the Aussies now is futile.
Well, they just can't. Yeah, couldn't beat the Kiwis, could we? Couldn't beat the. It's the Ferns, isn't it? I think they are. But couldn't beat New Zealand in the World Cup, so no chance against Australia. You look at them and they look different. They look much more athletic, which again is no disrespect to the women's game over here, which I think, like I said, I'm a fan. I think they're fantastic, but they can't train full time.
And it's the same with the NRL. I know people know that the NRL is bigger, but unless you've been there and been among it, the NRL's like the Premier League over here.
Yeah.
So they've got the pick of the athletes, they've got the pick of the female athletes.
We're
battling with
football. It's aspirational, isn't it? Yeah.
We're battling with football, but that don't mean that we shouldn't try.
No, absolutely not. No, I agree with you, and I think I think when they do a double header, it's free as well. You go, it's included in the price of your ticket with the men's game. So just get down a bit early and stand on the terraces and shout for the girls.
But I do think this year for the women's team, I think the building for next year.
Yeah. Well, and also, I mean, talking about like the importance of coaching, the head coach was off on maternity leave. She only just come back.
Up since she's come back.
Yeah, they have. I think so. Yeah.
Again, it's breeding ground for coaches.
Yeah.
And there's no reason why you can't have a female coach in a men's team going forward.
Oh, that would be a big moment, wouldn't it? Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
no reason. Yeah.
I'm all for that sort of equality, really.
Well, coaching's a different thing to play in, isn't it? And the principles are the same. So I agree. But
right. So Salford next
Friday.
Now, I'm going to caveat this. There might not even be a bloody game. I've read an article saying that a lot of the Salford players will not play if the bridging loan hasn't arrived. Yeah. Now, I don't blame them. I'm amazed that they've lasted this long.
Yep, me too.
So I don't know what... I think we can only preview it
If it happens.
Yeah, and preview it as the Salford that are playing at the moment. And
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
they have actually started playing a little bit better.
Are they playing today? I think they are they?
They're playing Castleford, and
Playing
they might have a
Castleford,
chance there.
We'll see, won't we? Maybe that'll be what makes the difference. Maybe if they win today, then they will think differently and think, oh, let's crack up. But I mean, I wouldn't do it, would you? I wouldn't be going
I
out
wouldn't be
there.
risking
No,
myself.
absolutely not. No, I mean, like we said about, Mikulecki having been taken to hospital and, put on gas and having his face all smashed up. That's what they're risking for no money.
For maybe not being paid.
Yeah.
So
I don't blame them. I think it's a real shame what's happening at Salford in every kind of sense of that word. I think that it's dreadful, really. I think that the fact that they've strung them along for this long, and I don't blame any of the players who've left.
Oh no!
And I don't blame any of the players who've refused to play or not turned up. I don't blame them at all, because they are risking their physical health for no money.
Yeah.
Having been promised a professional, having been signed on a professional contract to a club that was doing pretty well. That's the thing, they thought they were joining a club that was in contention. They were contenders, weren't they, Salford?
But it was based on sand.
Yeah,
so that's
clearly,
the only problem.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
These new investors doesn't look like they're showing them the money, are they?
Yeah.
They're not interested in the club, are they? That's
No,
the thing.
no,
They want the
no.
land.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
It's a pity, and I think. I mean, I don't know what happens. What happens if they don't play?
I haven't got a clue.
No, me neither. Because I think you get obviously
They get forfeit. I think you forfeit. I can't remember.
and you
how
get
many
a certain
points.
number of points difference. I think
Might be
added onto your
30 or
tally.
something.
But is that an advantage? Would we be better off playing them?
Yeah.
Because if you're going to put 50 past them,
Well, there's two things here. I think it's a good opportunity for some younger players to play.
yeah, rest a few of the squad who played a lot of minutes.
But I'm a bit 50-50 on that.
Because do you want to take the risk?
It's the risk, and it's also we need the points difference. We need to
Yeah,
claw
we
it
do.
back, but
Yeah.
that sounds so disrespectful, doesn't it?
Well, and like I said, I think the momentum going into this last part of the season, we're getting towards the end game now, aren't we? When you're looking ahead on the fixtures, there's not that many until the last game in the season.
You're at the point where the coaches are lying through the teeth when they say they don't look at the table.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Someone's looking for sure.
Yeah, and I think we need to win it. So I think it's.
I think so. I think for confidence, I think we need a big win as well, and that's why I don't think it'd do us any good for them to forfeit it. For the Leeds team, I think that after a loss like this and a performance like the one that we've just had on Friday night, I think they need to be back out there as a team and performing well and doing what we know they can do.
I agree. I would bring some. I'd probably give Ryan Hall a rest.
Yes.
It's the first time on Friday where I thought he looked a bit behind the pace.
He looked knackered, yeah, he did.
I'd give Ryan Hall a rest.
But again, to be fair to him, he was running it down the middle quite a lot in the first sort of quarter.
Oh yeah, we're doing a lot of donkey work. It's not. I'm not saying he's passed
and that
or
was
anything.
no.
It's just that the
I
first-
think that was clearly sort of part of the game plan, wasn't it, to try and share the load with the forwards, because we knew it was going to be tough on the forwards. But I think it was probably a bit too much for him as well. You know, he's still a big unit, isn't he? So
he is, and he was doing a lot of work. So I think I'd probably give Ryan Hall a rest.
Yeah. Who are you putting on that wing then?
ECW.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Although maybe I'd maybe give Harry a rest. Put ECW on the centre and bring Riley Lund back in.
Yeah.
Alfie Edgell on the other side.
I don't think you can take Edgell out.
I think I would have said give Jake Connor a rest, but maybe I think he might want to play for his confidence. Cassell, is it that he'll play? I think.
And I think he should as well.
Presley.
I saw him on Friday night and I was like, bloody hell, he's a lot bigger than I thought, actually. When you see them in person, he's massive, isn't he? He's a big lad.
Superstar, that
yeah.
kid.
When last time I was on and we were talking about, it was just after Gannon, I think they'd said that Gannon was going, and we were saying, who'd come through, and I was like, well, having seen him,
he's massive.
He's the one, yeah. That lad.
And he's a fabulous player as well. So I think Jack Sinfield's injured, isn't he? Which
he
is really,
is, yeah.
really unfortunate.
I know, yeah.
Because I would have put him in for either Connor or
yeah.
Brodie. But I wouldn't change it too much.
No.
We need to win it.
Well, and I think that team needs to play together and play well together and remember what they can do. That's the thing. I just think they need the confidence boost of going out and getting a big win, and I think they would. I can't see oh, touch wood, I can't see Salford being a banana skin.
Well, it depends who plays, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We
I hope they play, but I don't blame them for not doing. That's what I'd say about that match.
Yeah, I don't think they'll drop out of the game, even if some players. I think they'll cobble a team together. I think that's in their DNA, and it's to try and get through it.
Yeah.
I'd ask you for a prediction, but I don't even know what to say.
No, because who knows what it's going to be.
To be fair, we played Salford when they were full strength, didn't we?
Yeah,
and we walloped them.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
Then when we played them when they were weakened,
and I think that as well was before we'd really started clicking.
Yeah. But we struggled more when they were weak.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we hardly scored, did we, until the second half?
No, I know.
So I think we need to go all guns blazing and
I think so too.
Get some points. But I if they play an academy side, we're looking at 80-0.
Oh, yeah.
Which isn't good, is it?
No, it's not. It's not what you want to see, is it? It's not.
But
yeah,
I don't know if they play the side that plays Castleford today. I've not seen the team.
No, me neither. No.
I think we'll win by 40. So
yeah.
I don't know. Do you go with that?
Yeah, I would go with that.
Finger in the air, innit?
Yeah, exactly. Considering that there's so many things that we just don't know, and you know, yeah, maybe there will be changes in the Leeds team depending on what team they put out there and depending on who. You know, the next few days are going to be interesting. I think that Leeds will be a lot fresher, won't they? Because it's a bit of a longer wait, isn't it? They've got a full week off. I think they'll be out there training. I think he'll be pushing them hard this week, even regardless of who plays in the Leeds team.
Yeah, he did.
I think they'll be. He didn't. No, it's not. It's not how he wants them to play. I think they'll be a very different. Whoever is in the Leeds team next week, I think it'll be a very different vibe to this week just gone.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Right, that's it. Thanks, Kirsty.
Thank you. I hope they win next time I come on.
Yeah, we'll make sure that happens. Thanks for watching. If you do enjoy what we do, follow our social channels. That's Instagram, Blue Sky and TikTok. And we'll see you next week for the Salford review, if it happens.
Yeah.
Bye.
Cheers.